Hey everybody, Tim Laird. We're at the incredible food show, and there's a lot to see, a lot to taste, and we're going to be revealing a lot of secrets today.
This is like Grandma's pot roast.
Chef Jeremy Ashby from Azure Restaurant and Patio is here with an incredible new way to serve surf and turf. Plus, a top chef from Sullivan University reveals the secrets to pasta on the lighter side. And we'll make the rounds in search of new flavors created right here in Kentucky.
It's all coming your way on a special edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs from the incredible food show in Lexington. That's downtown Triple Crown.
We're in downtown Lexington this time at the Kentucky Proud Incredible Food Show. I'm Tim Laird, back on the hunt for more secrets of bluegrass chefs, and I'm finding all kinds of them here. Jeremy Ashby from Azure Restaurant and Patio is in the house, and he has a whole new way to serve up surf and turf. He'll share the secrets to that in front of a live studio audience coming up. And we'll get the secrets to a tasty pasta dish with no butter and no salt from Sullivan University culinary instructor John Foster. But first things first, I've got to do some sampling.
These are all Kentucky Proud products.
The cheese grits.
Jerk chicken, skewers.
World class.
We've got our jam cakes, our fruit cakes, pound cakes.
And I'm finding everything from beer cheese to barbecue sauces, and some made with some very unique recipes.
We got like blueberry, strawberry, blackberry.
I'm going to try this. I'm telling you what. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a barbecue sauce. And then it has that nice flavor of blueberry that just comes on at the end of that. That is delicious. It's just absolutely perfect. That is great and unexpected.
Then we have a banana pepper mustard and a hot sauce of peaches and orange habaneros.
A little sweet on the peaches, hot on the habanero. I'm going in. Oh, yeah.
After that, I could use a cold drink. And what do you know? They got them over at Ruby Red Teas.
The type of tea that we're using, it comes from the rooibos plant. It grows naturally free of caffeine and super rich in antioxidants. We're literally the only people in the country bottling a full line of this tea, and we bottle it in Louisville, Kentucky.
All right, I've got to try this. Wow. I feel the antioxidants going to work right now.
But now I've got to get to work revealing the secrets from one of Lexington's top chefs.
All right, welcome to a very special edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're here in Lexington at the incredible food show, and we have some incredible chefs that are going to be revealing some great secrets. First, I want to introduce to you an incredible chef that hails out of Sullivan University in Lexington, John Foster. John, come on out. How are you, Chef?
Good to meet you.
You're all gloved up. I don't want to,
Glad to meet you.
I'll tell you what, we're so excited. And what a great institution to have Sullivan University, not only in Louisville, but here in Lexington.
Absolutely.
We love that. So tell us a little bit about Sullivan and what you do here in Lexington.
Well, we've been a culinary program here for 6 years, and we provide associate's degrees for culinary students, and they can go on from there to cook or to get another degree after that.
Tell us about the dish you're going to show us how to make.
Well, I'm going to make a simple pasta today, and when I say simple, it's really good ingredients, all locally grown. And we have some really nice pasta from the Lexington Pasta Company that we're going to use with it.
But all right, Chef, how do we put this together? Show us the secrets.
Really, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in boiling water. And what I've done is get some water boiling over here.
And that's your, tell us about this.
This is a potato gnocchi. It's a little dumpling, a potato dumpling that Lexington Pasta makes. So we're going to use that as our base of the pasta. Okay. So I'm just going to pop it in this salted water. And I'm going to forget about it. Okay?
All right.
Next thing, I've left one tomato whole, but I've taken these tomatoes and I've taken the skin off. Now you can do this in water, what we call a concasse, or you can do it with your knife, quite simply by taking the top and the bottom off of the tomato. And that's your little chef's treat right there. Don't discard that.
It's not going to go to waste, right?
No, it's not going to go to waste.
Especially when it's an heirloom tomato like
absolutely,
this.
Absolutely. This is a golden. We have a black over here. We have a stripey that I just took off. And all I'm doing is rolling my knife around the outside of that tomato, not taking anything but the skin off. and getting it nice and even all the way around, just turning it and turning it and turning it.
You're right, you're leaving all the flesh on the tomato.
All the flesh on the tomato, because obviously we're going to use that in our pasta. Now, once we've gotten to this point, we just clear that away. Once we've gotten to that point, we're ready to cut it up. So what I've done is I've taken some local onions and some local garlic. This is onion from Elmwood Stock Farm, garlic from Blue Moon Farm, and I've mixed them together, and I've heated up a little bit of olive oil on the pan.
Okay.
I'll put that in, and I'm going to let that go. I'm looking at this gnocchi over here. I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm looking at the gnocchi, and as it starts to float, I'm going to start to worry about it.
Okay.
Not too much, but I'm going to start to worry about it. And eventually I'm going to ask Wally or Hunter to take it off and scoop it out with a spoon, slotted spoon.
Slotted spoon.
And they're going to hold it and reserve it warm.
So that's what you're looking for. Once it starts to float, come to the top, you know, the gnocchi says, I'm done, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now remember, we're also going to take this gnocchi and we're going to put it into a sauce and finish it up. So we don't want to cook it completely through or it will be mush in the pan. All right? I have two types of mushrooms. I have a beautiful shiitake mushroom grown here, and I have a beautiful oyster mushroom. And you can probably tell why it's called an oyster mushroom. I'm going to take one fan of each, put my tomatoes out of the way for a second, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to break them down. I'm going to take a little bit of the stem out because the stem is a little bit on the tough side on both mushrooms. I'm just going to take them through with a knife all the way through what we'd call a julienne or a rough julienne. Those are going to go in as well. I'm getting a little color on my onions, which is fine. It gives a little caramelization, a little flavor. And I'm going to take the same thing and do the same thing with the shiitake. I'm just going to take it down, julienne it, and that's going to go in as well. Now, you'll ask me why put these in first after my onions. These are going to take a little time to cook, and you also want to develop flavor. All right, I'm down to the tomatoes. And once again, I'm not going to do much to these tomatoes except cut them up. The longer I stay on the board, the more moisture I lose, and all of a sudden all my moisture is here instead of there.
Got it.
Okay? So I'm going to take that off and I'm just going to pop that in the pan. Now,
yeah, one thing about it is you always want to reserve a little bit of the pasta water. Don't throw it away because that's going to add to the sauce, give it a little thickness too. So always remember to reserve a little bit. And a lot of times I forget, it all just goes away in the drain, but there it is.
Right into there and let that cook a little bit. Now we'll reserve that. Okay. I have the opportunity to put a little bit of color in there, so I'm going to take some of this tomato as well. And I'm going to put that in as well. All right, basil, right in.
Look at that, the whole thing.
Thyme, right in. All right? And these are from our gardens at Sullivan. All right, we've got a little bit of juice now from our tomatoes. We've got a lot of flavor going. Notice I have not added a single piece of salt or pepper at all.
No salt, no pepper, no butter.
No butter, all olive oil.
Anybody have any butter?
I'm sorry.
When he's not looking, I'm going to put some in.
Now we're going to add our gnocchi.
Good afternoon.
That looks absolutely fabulous.
Now we're going to go ahead and plate this. And once again, I did not put any salt and pepper, so it's really up to you.
Oh, we have a little topper yet.
Parmesan.
All right.
Okay.
A little Parmesan. Look at that.
There you go.
Wow.
Have a bite.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes.
And actually, the Parmesan is a little bit of saltiness, so again,
yes,
that's why you don't need the salt.
Exactly. Exactly. You tell me
well,
if I need salt or not.
Let me check on that. Oh, wow. Wow. And I'll tell you what, that gnocchi is cooked to perfection. It's like a little pillow. You're biting into that. It's not mush.
Nope.
I'm getting a little bit of texture with it. And it's soaked up that flavor of the sauce. That is absolutely fantastic. Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
John Foster, Sullivan University, teaching great chefs how to cook. They're incredible. Thank you for all you do, Chef.
You're very welcome.
Awesome gnocchi dish. Stay with us for more Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs when we come back.
Welcome back to the Convention Center in downtown Lexington, where I'm discovering some of the finest flavors of the bluegrass at the Kentucky Proud Incredible Food Show.
Very good.
Oh, yeah! There are local cheeses to try, jellies, jams, cakes, pies, And how sweet is this? Real bees making Kentucky Proud honey right in front of us.
The honey is produced in Perry and Letcher counties on reclaimed strip mines.
Kentucky Proud honey? Oh, wow.
On the hunt for beef, I stopped by the Critchfield Meats booth and found out they actually have a lot more than just meat.
Today we're actually sampling some of our homemade cheeses, olive nut cheese, we got a black and blue cheese, we got a pimento cheese, a beer cheese, we've got our jam cakes, our fruit cakes, pound cakes.
Great dips too, like this homemade olive spread.
Going in? Oh, yeah.
And everything we're showing you today is made from scratch at our little store on Nicholsville Road, Critchfield Meats.
Fantastic. Keep up the good work, man.
The guys at Critchfield are known around the Bluegrass for their old-fashioned butcher shop quality meats. And when it comes to cooking it, there's no one better to do that than Chef Jeremy Ashby from Azure Restaurant and Patio.
Welcome back to the Incredible Food Show here in Lexington, and I'm excited because I get to work with one of my dear friends, a great chef. You've seen him before on the show, Jeremy Ashby from Azure Restaurant and Patio. Hello, Chef. You are incredible. I love
Wow, thanks.
Azure Restaurant and Patio. We were talking about this earlier to the audience, but you know, it was one of those great places where you could come if you're dressed up or casual. You just feel welcome at all times. In fact, you told me that's why Azure. Tell me about that
Yeah,
again.
come as you are, come AZ you are. Yeah, it's
As
a little
you are.
play on words, but we are contemporary and casual. We think that's where everybody is moving towards. People don't want to get dressed up and then come back out to dinner. You can come home, after work and stop by Azure in a tuxedo or in shorts and t-shirt and have a great meal and great service, and that's what we're here for.
What are we going to cook up today, Jeremy?
I've chosen to use Alltech Angus, which is one of my favorite things to serve at the restaurant. It's all natural, antibiotic-free beef. We buy it at Critchfield's, which is another great local company. I've been buying meat there for a long time and probably always will. Everybody seems to like some of the most popular cuts, the ribeyes, the fillets. This is something called a chuck flap.
Chuck flap.
Yeah, and it's a section of meat very, very close to the short rib. If you can see here, it's boneless and braises up a lot like pot roast. I've kind of got mine in some mirepoix and demi-glace. Demi-glace being a reduction of the meat. We've also got red wine in it. But if you are able to sear a piece of meat like this and then add some liquid to it and braise it in the oven for 3 or 4 hours, you get this very fork tender meat. This is like grandma's pot roast, but we can't just serve this at a restaurant like Azure. We have to take it up a few levels and do some neat things with it. Over here, I've got some caul fat, which is actually a stomach lining. I don't know, everybody kind of is scared of this.
It is a little frightening.
A little
is it?
frightening,
A little
right?
frightening, just a little bit, but.
But what it is, it's kind of like a sausage casing.
Okay.
But it's more of the stomach lining. It's very clean. It doesn't really have any flavor to it. It just creates a nice crust. So what I like to do is take a piece of short rib like this that's been braised down and really succulent and juicy and place it right on a piece of caul fat.
Okay.
And then you can do really neat things with it and keep it contained. It's kind of like a little vessel that you can play with. I've got some Capriole goat cheese, Southern Indiana. I've mixed in some fresh herbs. I'm going to put that right on top of the short rib.
Look at that. Okay.
And then this is a Florida rock lobster tail.
Lobster tail that you've actually.
Yeah, we've taken it right out of the shell, just
Shell.
pulled the meat right off, and we'll place that right on top. Now,
Very good.
what this caul fat will do is make a little vessel just to wrap it up and keep all the juices inside.
Now, when this gets all wrapped up, what do you do to it
All
next?
we're going to do is brown this guy off
Okay.
in a pan.
All right.
With a little bit of olive oil. I've been using Stuardo's olive oil for a while, and let me tell you, this is the secret of the year for a chef. I've been introduced to this company recently, and I've got almost the entire product line in my kitchen. But anyway, I wanted to do a few sides for this dish here before we plate up the short rib. One thing I like to use this time of year is butternut squash. All we've done is peel the top off and cut a medallion out of it and just kind of blanch it in a little bit of water till it's a little tender. And I also like to use maitake mushroom, which is one of our foragers found this in the woods just the other day. And these grow in Kentucky only a few weeks out of the year, but a really, really nice bite and crunch to the mushroom. For a dish like this, all I'm going to do is simply, lightly roast these in a pan. I used a little lemon olive oil from Stuardo's there. just to kind of lightly coat it. And I don't really mess with this too much. I let these just pan roast on one side and then flip them over.
So you're not chopping this up and doing this?
I'm not.
The whole thing right in there?
Whole thing right in there.
When you can find them.
And I'm also going to add the butternut squash to the same pan.
Now, if we can't get this maitake, can we substitute other mushrooms, Chef?
Yeah, oysters are pretty popular in supermarkets now, too.
Oyster mushrooms, okay.
Shiitake will be fine. I like things that are in clusters. They kind of look like little trees when you stand them up on plates. So it's more of a presentation effect for me, but I love all mushrooms. We've got the short rib braising liquid, which is still rolling here. It's got red wine and mirepoix, which we call celery, onions, and carrots.
Right.
Gives a nice round foundational flavor to the broths. I'm going to add a little bit of soy to it because soy, in my opinion, is an all-purpose seasoning like salt and pepper. And this is miso. It's actually a fermented soybean paste, and it really brings out flavors as well. So we're not kind of doing a traditional red wine pot roast braise here. We've got a little soy, a little bit of miso, which gives it an Asian flair. The mushrooms and squash are roasting. And then I want to talk to you about another little sauce we made. This is, around here in Kentucky, we have corn pudding, right? Well, this is a different version that we've created as chefs, kind of play around with the whole molecular thing, the whole molecular gastronomy. What I've done is juice corn through a juicer and then reduce it in a pan till it's a little bit thick. And then we add agar-agar to it as kind of a gelling agent. It's an all-natural food product found in an algae, but it turns it into jello just like you would have at home. After it gels, we put it into a blender, and it creates this really, really neat, almost corn pudding. It's just corn pudding in a different form, and a nice smooth puree. The butternut squash medallions, we'll kind of set up on the plate so they have a neat little presentation to them. I think maybe 2 is enough. We'll get the ones that cooperate with us a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. Now we got to go over and get our nice lobster and short rib thing. We've already prepared one for the magic of TV, right?
Yay! All right, I was hoping we'd have one. Here it is. Oh, look at that.
So this guy's got an oozing nice goat cheese. Short rib's nice and done. I'm going to put it up here so everybody can see how nice that is. So we'll just cut right into that guy, cut it into some nice little medallions, let you guys see inside. How's it look, guys?
Wow, gang, is that incredible? Oh my gosh.
And the rest we'll just kind of do interesting things on the plate with. You've got you've got the short rib, you've got the goat cheese, you've got lobster, a little bit of butternut squash.
And look at how that lining it just crisped up, give it a little texture on the outside.
Little corn pudding. We'll turn this guy back up so it has a little stability. There we go. All trial and error here.
Oh.
We'll use our porcini mashed potato.
Our porcini and butter.
And butter mashed potato. Maybe over in the corner. And then these are actually pea shoots. We grow these here in Kentucky, a little company does. Very, very neat little pea pod or pea shoot. It actually turns into a sugar snap pea. Now right on top I'm using what we call onion glass. And this is an onion that we've pureed and then dehydrated overnight, which is really, really neat.
Wow.
So right here we've got a nice little plate. We'll finish it with our sauce just in a couple little areas. And we're just kind of playing around with some food today, trying to make an interesting dish with some fall plates. And this is what we came up with.
That is absolutely beautiful, Chef. Oh, awesome. See, this is the kind of things you'll see at Azure. I mean, just look at that. Stay with us because I have a Kentucky Proud cocktail coming up. Jeremy, you going to stay with me with that?
I'll
bring on Chef John Foster from Sullivan. So stay with us when we come back. A Kentucky Proud cocktail. Tim Laird back with you for more Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs at the incredible food show in Lexington, and beef is in the air. I'm here with Allison from the Kentucky Beef Council. Not only is it delicious, but it's also nutritious.
That's right, Tim. We've got 29 lean cuts of beef, and this wonderful recipe that you're going to sample uses the strip steak. It's the Asian beef and wild rice salad.
All right. That is definitely delicious. And it's wild too, because it has
That's
a wild
right.
rice. Delicious. And
Nutritious.
you can find it all here, from beef to barbecue sauce to even beer cheese.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, how are you? Oh, this looks absolutely fabulous. This is the authentic Cowards Creek. It
Exactly.
started from Halls River. I'm gonna give it an authentic taste test.
This is Weizenburgers,
Oh, wow.
grits.
Those beautiful grits and that cheese. Oh my God, that is incredible. Grits have never tasted this good. I'm telling you, this is really a secret find.
And my sampling continues. I had to stop by Screamin' Mimi's at first because I love the name, but as it turns out, I also love their sauces and salsas.
Screamin' Mimi's, all Kentucky proud. I'm gonna go in on this one. Hottest, that's where I'm going. We're not afraid of it. We're going in. Oh yeah, nice little sweet. Now I'm feeling a little heat there. Hottest, you're right, it is. When do I start screaming? Right now. This is great, awesome. And all Kentucky proud. Thank you all.
Thank you.
I'm loving all the samples, but it's making me thirsty. So it's cocktail time. Let's head to the bar. All right, I'm here with two incredible chefs, John Foster from Sullivan University, Jeremy Ashby of Azure Restaurant and Patio. I'll tell you what, you guys, incredible dishes, so I thought it's time for me to give back.
Let's go.
I'd like to do a cocktail for both of you, if I may. We're keeping it Kentucky proud here today, and this is what I call the Kentucky Proud Bourbon B. Of course, the bourbon part, a little Woodford Reserve right here from Versailles in Woodford County. So with that, I'm going to put in about, well, there's 3 of us here, so usually it's about 2 ounces normally per cocktail, so about that much. The B part of this is great Kentucky honey. Some Kentucky bees went to work for us, and I created a honey syrup, which is 1 part Kentucky honey, 1 part water. That way it's a little more liquid, so it doesn't stick, so I can actually mix with it. So with that, about 3/4 of an ounce.
Looks nice. Kentucky honey is really floral too. There's a lot of nice flower fragrances behind it.
It really is. I mean, I just love working with it, tasting it, put it on oatmeal, whatever you want, working its way into cocktails.
I think the bourbon works
It's
for me.
versatile. It does. And now we want the citrus. This is a little bit of lemon juice that have fresh lemon juice. Don't use the plastic stuff. Real lemons, right? You guys know that.
What's that?
Fresh is the only way to go. So about the same amount of that. 3/4 part of the lemon juice goes in. And then we're going to give this a good shake. Just that easy. We want to really shake this up. This is really one of the secrets to a good cocktail. You really want to mix and shake it. What you guys do at Azure, your bartenders are great at that.
It's good 30 seconds, get ice crystals in there.
Oh, yeah. And you get a good workout with it, too. I mean, I love that.
Really good.
Keep it going. Get it all going.
Keep going, Tim.
Boom.
Keep it going.
Yeah, we're not done yet. Is it been 30 seconds? Through the magic of TV, 1 minute later. Anyway, now you're going to see that this is going to have a wonderful foam. That's part of the shaking with that honey that comes on top. So that goes in, boom. Look at the color, too. I love this golden kind of color to that.
Looks just like fall to me.
Like it looks like fall. And anyway, don't want to short anybody over here. Jeremy's going, hey.
So everything here is Kentucky proud.
Look at that. Everything Kentucky proud. And then lastly, as the chefs garnish their dishes, I need to garnish my cocktail with that, a little bit of lemon zest right over the cocktail because I want all that great zest to go in.
You're good at that, Tim. You need to
Boom.
chop.
I've done this a few times, it's, I know my way around the bar. But anyway, that goes in. All that oils. Chef Ashby. Chef Foster. Thank you. Cheers to both of you and all you do. Cheers, gang. Wow. Hey, what do you think? It's very nice. Isn't it nice? Well balanced? Oh my gosh. That'll do it for this edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird here at the incredible food show in Lexington with Chef John Foster from Sullivan University, Chef Jeremy Ashby of Azure Restaurant and Patio. Thank you all and a great audience today. We'll see you next time.